do in this next activity, we've done the vocabulary so that you'll be familiar with the words that you'll need to know in this exercise that we're going to do. And I wanted you to have the opportunity to practice using that simple past and present perfect again. So as I explained at the beginning of class tonight, we're going to be taking a look at this video, going through the video, and I'll be stopping it all the way through as we look at it together and ask you questions about it. Now remember, when an action is completely finished, do you need the simple past or do you need to use the have or has? Just the past, right? And we were practicing the past earlier by looking at those irregular verbs. And also the regular form of the simple past would just be ed. Now if an action began in the past and it's still true, and you want to show that it's still true but it started before, what words indicate that? Has or have. Good. And then what is the other part of the verb? Yeah. Like has been. It's that third part of the verb. Eat, ate, eaten. Go, went, gone. Okay, good. All right. So let's go through the video and we'll take a look at the action. I think you'll enjoy it because Jimmy Fallon is funny and Michelle Obama is really cool. And it's good to watch them interact together, and we'll be talking about the present, or the past and the present perfect as we go through it. All right. All right, so Jimmy Fallon versus Michelle Obama. Let's move. Health initiative. So you know Michelle has the two initiatives we've been talking about, and the first one was looking at healthy eating, and you had done a letter about lifestyles. This is the second initiative that she has that's called Let's Move. I'm going to skip into the video just a little bit. Okay.
Much better. So, we're going to start with the stair race. You ready to do this?
I was born ready.
All right, so what they're going to do is they're going to do some, what are they doing? Push-ups. Okay, good. They're going to do some push-ups together, and as they do the push-ups, I want you to count how many Michelle does. And I'm going to stop in the middle before she's finished. You don't need to worry about Jimmy. Just watch Michelle and count how many push-ups she does. All right? And you can tell me when I stop it. All right. 4. Okay, good. Good. So 4. Now give me a complete sentence. She has done 4 push-ups. Okay, good. So Michelle has done 4 push-ups. Now, why are we saying has done? Why don't we say did?
Because she's in the future, she can do it more.
Exactly, because she's not finished. So she's in the middle of doing this exercise and she needs to finish. All right. So let's see how many she can do. All right, so how many did you count for? 6. Okay, so how many did she do?
She had done 6
Okay.
push-ups.
And if you're trying to get the idea that it's completely finished, because she's finished with the exercise, you could say she did. So she did 6 push-ups. Now, it actually is technically correct to say she has done if she's just finished. But if we want to give the idea that it's completely finished and it is part of the exercise, this event is over, you should use the simple past. All right, so let's take a look and see what they do next. Okay, so what event was this? this? Tug of war. Okay, now the event is finished. They're about to go to the next thing. So who do you think won? We don't know yet, but who do you think won? Michelle. Maybe. Exactly, she has somebody helping her. Now we'll have to see though if she really did win. Okay, now look up here. How many events have there been?
2, 3.
3, right? Push-ups,
Oh, yeah.
tug of war, and hula hoops. Okay, so if you take a look up here, how many events, Maribel, has Jimmy won? Good. Now give me a complete sentence.
He has two events already.
Okay, good. Okay, good. He has 2 events already. All right. So how many events has he won, Patricia? Jimmy, the same question?
He has won 2 events.
Okay, good. All right, good. So you could say he has 2 events or he has won 2 events. Okay, great. How many events has Michelle won? Juana?
She won 2.
So fun?
She has won 1.
Yeah. And the word one and one have the same pronunciation, don't they? So she has won 1. That's exactly right. All right, good. So let's take a look at the next event. What's the next event? Dodgeball. They're finishing up the hula hoops. All right.
She wins.
she, the path for win?
Won.
She won. Well, I think she definitely won that one. All right. So what you're going to do here is just tell me what happened. Now, before you tell me, I just want you to take a minute and talk to your partner about what happened in this particular event. Then I'm going to ask one group of people to tell me. So you two can work together, and you two, and you two, and you two can work together, and you two. And you, John, why don't you? No, you can't look at mom. You two can work together, and you can be a group of 3. So just take a minute and work with your partner and describe what happened in dodgeball. So what happened? The action's completely finished. The game is over. What happened?
Yeah, she threw a ball to Jimmy and he fell on the floor. And so Michelle Obama won of the event. Dodgeball. Very active exercise. When my son was in middle school, he enjoyed the game. He's a PE teacher.
Because they have
Very active.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's come back together as a large group. So let's see, Bernarda and Kide. What happened in the dodgeball event? And it's completely finished.
I don't see the video. That's what I.
Oh, okay. Kide, what happened?
Say you don't see the video too. I don't know. And this part only.
Okay, everybody listen to Kide for just a minute. So Kide?
Michelle played dodgeball and she has won.
Okay. She played dodgeball and she won. So you can just use a simple pass to describe it because you're just telling what happened. All right, good. And why did he fall down, Robertina?
Why?
Yeah.
Because Michelle Obama threw the ball on the face
Oh, exactly. Exactly. Michelle Obama threw the ball right in his face. Okay, let's see what happens. Now, look at the score. Who's winning? It's the same. What is the expression for that when you have the same score? It's a tie. You know a tie that a man wears? It's the same word. And you can say it's a tie. Okay? It means it's equal. The score is equal. You can also say it's tie. It's the same thing. It's a tie or it's a tie. So who do you think is going to win?
Michelle
Obama. How many people think Jimmy Fallon is going to win? Nobody? All right. Maybe Gigi. Let's find out. There's only one more event left. What's left? Remember the event that's left? The potato sack race. So let's see what happens.
Oh, you all right, Jimmy?
What's next?
Potato sack race.
We're all tied up. Potato sack race for all the marbles.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to count the number of times that Michelle jumps. I'm going to stop it in the middle. So it'll be an action that began in the past, but that is in the middle of the race, so it won't be finished yet. Okay? All right, here we go. You ready?
Good luck. You're gonna
So
need it.
count the number of times Michelle jumps. Okay, so Kichul, how many times has Michelle Obama jumped?
5.
Okay, good, 5 times, good. Give me a complete sentence, Elahe.
She has jumped 5 times.
Perfect, okay? She has jumped 5 times. The action began just a few seconds ago, and the race is not finished yet. Okay, good, all right. Who do you think's going to win? Jimmy's ahead, isn't he?
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. This is her secretary.
Yes,
That's her cheerleader.
he has fallen.
Okay, so the race is complete. What?
You felt?
Yeah, he fell. So who won?
Michelle
Michelle Obama. Because it was tied, and then she won, right?
Yeah.
So, if you take a look at what happened, the reason that we were looking at this is because some of the actions we were talking about, like some of these races, the race started, and then I stopped it in the middle, and you knew it was going to continue. It's the same thing as when you say, I have lived in Corvallis for 3 months or for a year. The action began in the past, and it's still true. And then when you go back to your country, you can't say, I have lived in Corvallis anymore. You have to say, I lived, because the action's completely finished. Okay? What I'd like to do now is I want you to have an activity where you have an opportunity to actually practice using the present perfect. So, you know when we've done these other exercises where you walk around and you ask people questions? You're going to do the same thing. And let me give you a copy of the handout. And the handout, it has some activities right here. So you're going to walk around and you're going to interview 3 other people in the class. Now, if you have done the action, then you'll have a lot of information to talk about. And if you have done the action, do you think it happened in the past? Yeah, because if it's an action that's completed. So if I say, for example, Juana, have you ever been to Europe? And she says, yes, I went last year. I went with my sister. We had a good time. So if you start talking about a specific event that's completely finished, then you would use the simple past. If you haven't been, you're probably just going to give the short answer, right? Have you ever been to Europe? No, I haven't. And even when you have been, You might give the short answer first and then go into the details. Now, remember when you're speaking, of course, you could use whatever tense you want that is appropriate or the right tense for that time. No, I have never been to Europe. What if you want to talk about the future, but I will go someday, or I might go someday. So don't worry too much about always using the present perfect. I just want you to talk naturally and talk about these different ideas. And as you do, think about the time that you're talking about. But the question will be with have. And the reason the question's with have is because the time is unknown.
This no, it's a plan.
Oh, on the weekend? Do you do it very often? All day doing that. And then we started to talk about now you need to get walk around.